Wishing you all a very happy International Day of Yoga. This program is going live across the globe in different time zones. India, Eastern Canada and Western Canada, where we are. Let us all who are present here in social distancing, VYASA Canada in Vancouver, with your masks on, sit straight, align your spinal cord in one straight line in your Gyan Mudra, with a smiling face. Take a long deep breath, and we'll start with 3 ohms. Feel vibrations all parts of your body as you chant Omkar with Akara sound, feeling vibrations in lower part of your body, Ukara in the middle portion, and Ma in the upper head region, third eye. Let's start it all together. Rub your arms nicely. Make a cup of your palms and bring them over your eyes without pressing your eyeballs. Just press along the eyes and all around the eyes. Slightly press and release. As you press, exhale and release, inhale. And feel the darkness inside. Gradually, you can bring down your palms. Do not open your eyes right away. With a smiling face and few blinks, you can open your eyes. As we can see, we are joined today all across the globe, and I am trying to get our viewers who are watching us across to get a view of VYASA Canada, celebrating International Day of Yoga, beautifully in social distancing. This is a glimpse. This celebration right now, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time, I think would be one of the last end celebration for this day. All across this day has been celebrated all across the world, and in India as well as today in Vancouver, we are celebrating it with our masks, social distancing, all norms followed. By this celebration is hosted by VISHWA and VYASA Canada, National Institute of Health and Yoga Research. We are really glad that we are joined not only by the entire group of VYASA Canada, but also by Dr. H.R. Nagendra, our chairperson, Swamiji, Dr. Satyaprakash, Dr. Manjunath, our research head, Dayanand Swami, and myself, Dr. Preeti Yoga Shri Satyam. Together, we are welcoming all of you as board of directors We are located in beautiful British Columbia, and our Premier of British Columbia, John Horgan, fully supports us and has sent us his greetings, which I will be reading out and bringing it up on screen for you. Our High Commissioner of India in Canada, who is himself a great yogi, I will play his message. We are going to be joined in person from the Consulate of India, Vancouver, by our Consulate General Abhilash And on behalf of the Premier of British Columbia, we will be, the legislature of British Columbia will be represented by Minister Bruce Ralston, who will be joining us. MLA from Surrey, he's a true friend and um, an ardent supporter of yoga events all across since 2015. We are really glad that he will be here in person or in Zoom. And from his constituency city of Surrey, the City Councillor Alison Patton will be representing Mayor of Surrey, and she will actually read out the proclamation which the City of Surrey recently passed. So this is a great, great event today. We are joined by Guruji himself, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who is also the president of India Yoga Association. And in his presidency, he has brought together all the yoga traditions across India and the globe. And he himself initiated this International Day of Yoga uh, through as a guru of Prime Minister Modi and as the chairperson of International Yoga Day Committee protocol of the Ayush Ministry. He will be joining us. He is our leading guide and the chairperson for the VYASA movement worldwide. And we are really glad that he is guiding us here in Canada as well. And he's also the chancellor of VYASA University, where I myself have been a student and an MSc in yoga therapy from this great university and McGill University, SFU, and today VYASA has drawn me the journey to myself, and where VYASA has a beautiful tradition, is the first university in India, first yoga university in India, and also honors to have initiated the first yoga university outside of India, which is in California, USA. So these are great achievements of Guruji to have brought yoga to a greater level for global peace, harmony, and especially to bring yoga form a very systematic educational study based on health and research, and bringing it to the highest accreditation levels. All these are great achievements, and we all are part of this great movement. So thank you, Guruji. We will be hearing from you as well. We are here with Swamiji, Dr. Swami Satyaprakash Ji, as you can see here, our guide, our guru in VYASA, Canada, a great stalwart of yoga. And as Guruji himself says, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, he calls our Swamiji a rare combination of, or a trinity of three, which represents the entire holistic dimension of yoga, a tridemi of yoga knowledge and literature. Due to his mastery of Sanskrit and many languages, which provides with his great interpretations of yoga through his other languages, especially Sanskrit. And he has been teaching us here in VYASA, Canada, for the yoga instructor course initiated by the VYASA University through the Ayush Ministry. a highly accredited course which we are running here in Canada, in VYASA, Canada. And we are joined by the students who have had the honor to take this course, and they will also be sharing their insights in a few moments as we progress into this program. Swamiji, not only from the age of 4, got associated with great saints of India, but he is a great educationist with 3 master's degree in philosophy, in yoga and medical sciences, and in music, winning the Lata Mangeshkar Award with PhD in performing arts. He sings, he composes and writes his own music, and he will share some of these insights and his music with us. He is a practicing yogi of advanced yoga practices, Khechuri being a subject of great research and for a long life. He is successfully doing it as a practitioner himself and as an inspiration for us in VYASA, Canada. Even during this COVID phase, along with Dr. Nagendra and, and of course our Swamiji, who have developed COVID yoga protocols for all of us for strengthening the immunity through yoga. We have had successes with our own students surviving this COVID, as well as others who are in the front line here in Vancouver, who have been using these yoga practices very successfully. These students will be speaking as well today to share their heart out and their love and practice of yoga in their life. We are also joined by Dr. Arun Garg, who supports this cause and is a part of Fraser Health, SFU, UBC, and has been instrumental in hosting Dr. Nagendra at the Center of Brain in University of British Columbia. Yoga sure has come a long way, and we in VYASA Canada are determined to take it even further for the benefit of all Canadians, for health and education. I invite our dear Swamiji to start this evening with his peaceful chants, his music, with the inspiration of yoga and his words of wisdom on yoga, and also some of the ways to reach our advanced stages in our yoga practice. So, dear Swamiji, it is my honor to welcome you today to start invocation and to start our International Yoga Day celebration. Globe
Yoga crisis. Our respected Dr. H.R. Nagendra are with us, and His Excellency High Commission of India, Ottawa, is with us. Our respected CGI Consul General of India, Abhinasha Joshi is with us with her staff. Dr. PTD, Director, Controller of VYASA Canada. Dr. Arun Garg, all of dignitaries present in this banquet hall. All of the students of yoga instructor course, training course. We start this session with the Vedic chanting, with mantras. Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The Supreme Being is perfect. This world is perfect. This world has emerged from the perfect. When this perfect world is removed from the perfect, what remains is also perfect. Om Sanno Mitraha Samvarunaha Sanno Bhavatvaryama Sanna Indro Brihaspatihi Sanno Vishnuruttamaha. May Mitra, Varuna, Aryaman, Indra, Brihaspati and Vishnu, who makes divine strides, be towards us. Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami Adhitam vadishyami Satyam vadishyami Annavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatamam Vatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Universal soul, O Vayu, you indeed are the Brahman, the life force. I proclaim that you indeed are the perceptible Brahman. I proclaim the divine order. I proclaim the truth. May that truth protect us. May that truth protect the proclaimer. May the proclaimer surrender to the truth of peace, peace, peace. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabhijam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. together, may we too, teacher and students, move in our studies. May we relish, may we perform our studies with deep concentration. May it be filled with the brilliance of understanding, leading to knowledge. May it not give rise to hostility due to lack of understanding. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshushrottamato Manindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakaroda Nirakarnamastu Adirakarnam Mestu Tadatmani Nirate Gyautisatsi Dharmaste Mai Santu Mai Santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Supreme One, grace our lips with strength. May our speeches, vital forces, eyes, ears, and all our senses expand in capacity. The Upanishads rightly declares that all existence is Brahman. Therefore, may I never deny Brahman, and may Brahman never deny me. Let these be no rejection of Brahman by us ever. May all the virtues seated in the Upanishads reside within us. We who are devoted to the Atman, Om, peace, peace, peace. Om Vambe Manasi Pratisthita Mano Me Vasi Pratisthitam Aviraviramalevi Vedasyamanistah Sutam Vema Prahasiranena Deepena Horatran Sandadhami. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. My speech is established in mind. My mind is established in the speech. Manifest may you be the truth of the Vedas and read it. Heard by me may not leave me. By this, by what has been studied, I will join days and nights. I will reflect upon them over days and nights. Paritam varishyami, satyam varishyami, tanmam avatu, tadvaktaram avatu, avatu mam avatu vaktaram, avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I speak the truth. May that truth move me, move the perfection. May that truth protect me. May that truth protect the receptor of peace, peace, peace. Bhadram karne vishnu devaha Bhadram pashyema chabhiratraha Sirairangai stushtvagam sastano bhirgashema deva hitam jadaduhu Swasti na indro vrastavaha Swasti na poka vishwavedaha स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो वरिष्ठनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति. O Devas, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious, worthy, or worship. May we see with our eyes what is auspicious. May we attain the lives by the Devas, thus finding fulfillment in our lives. Om Brahmajena Patrena Satyasyapi Hidam Mukam Tattvam Poshanna Pavrenu Satya Dharmaja Drishtaje. O Sun God, dispel the evil and bring unto us what is good. Om Yohu Shantirantarikshagam Shantihi Prithvi Shantirapaha Shantiroshadhayaha Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishwe Devaha Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Deva Shanti Sama Shanti Devi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be peace in the illuminated world, in the space, on the earth, in waters, and herbs and plants. God of the world, may be the peace, may peace pervade the Supreme Being, may peace be everywhere, may there be only peace and nothing else, and may that all pervading peace come unto me. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead me from untruth to truth. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from death to immortality. Last mantra we will sing in Vishwa, 16 beats. Gacchadvam samvadadvam sambho manansi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve sanjana upasate upasate upasate. May we work together, speak together, and may our minds contain similar purport, just as deities since ancient times cordially accept this togetherness. This togetherness will be blissful for all of us. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all see good. May no one be unhappy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sariji. We will be resuming in about a minute with fixing some technical issues. So we'll join just in another minute with another new video. Just so should we start again or what should we do? तो ये जल्दी से एक बार फिर से ऑन करें और Hari Om. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. We figured out our technical part, and again, let's take a long deep breath and we resume this International Yoga Day celebrations or connecting our VYASA Canada colleagues worldwide, and we'll be joined by our respected guests and our gurus. So we already did do our invocation with our dear Swamiji. At this time, I would be happy to share the message from our Premier of British Columbia. So, on this beautiful day of International Day of Yoga, you can see it on the screen. The message from Premier John Horgan. He writes to us, I'm pleased to extend my warmest greeting for the 6th annual United Nations International Day of Yoga celebration in Vancouver. A cherished tradition founded in India, yoga continues to spread across the world, gaining in popularity and variety. In 2014, in recognition of its widespread appeal, the United Nations proclaimed June 21st as the International Day of Yoga, combining physical distancing measures as we have today as well taken good care of that with our masks and our red and white VYASA Canada uniforms, all of you looking great, and joined by our Guruji, Swami, Dr. Swami Satyaprakash ji, and our Dr. Nagendra, Dr. Manjunath, Vandyanand ji, the entire team, Dr. Arun Garg. We are celebrating it with the wishings from our Premier. Again, to continue what he writes, a cherished tradition founded in India, yoga continues to spread across the world, gaining in popularity and variety. In 2014, in recognition of its widespread appeal, the United Nations proclaimed June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. And, I just read that, combining physical distancing measures and remote virtual elements to keep people safe This year's festivities bring together both newcomers and experts alike to share their experience of this ancient practice in balancing the mind and body. In these unusual times, I have no doubt that everyone can appreciate the opportunity to engage in classes with teachers and fellow enthusiasts in a welcoming atmosphere focused on health and calm. I would like to congratulate Vishwa and VYASA Canada on their commitment to innovate and preserve in overcoming the challenges of a global pandemic to host this celebration. Please accept my best wishes for an inspiring 2020 Day of Yoga that comes from Honorable John Horgan, Premier, British Columbia. Thank you, Premier. We appreciate and honor your presence in the form of this message. Our Minister, Bruce Ralston, will be joining as well. Our City of Surrey Councillor, uh, who was who is a yogi herself, will also be joining us, along with Dr. Nagendra and the whole team that we have. There's a team here. I would like to bring you to see the team that is patiently waiting to celebrate this day, along with Dr. Garg, who is our guide, and of course, Swamiji here. So all of you, as you can see this beautiful team, let's request Swamiji to start off the yoga song. He being a great singer, a great musician, um, a PhD in music performing arts, Lata Mangeshkar Award winner, a great Triveni of yoga, the knowledge of yoga, the wisdom that he will share, and the great practice of yoga and music. A great soul, a great guide. Let us start with Guru Swamiji presenting his song and wisdom of yoga.
I am singing one yoga song, and it is written and composed by me in Rag Palaski. 8 beats are Kehrwa. We will sing together. सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे, सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे, सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे, सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे, हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। इस योग के बल पर हम दुख शोक मिटा देंगे, इस योग के बल पर हम दुख शोक मिटा देंगे। यम नियम करेंगे हम, आसन भी साधेंगे। यम नियम करेंगे हम, आसन भी साधेंगे। फिर प्राणायाम करके इंद्रियों को बांधेंगे। फिर प्राणायाम करके इंद्रियों को बांधेंगे। लक्ष्य धारणा से हम ध्यान लगा लेंगे। लक्ष्य धारणा से ध्यान लगा लेंगे। लक्ष्य धारणा से हम प्रातः काल उठेंगे और योगाभ्यास करेंगे। हम प्रातः काल उठेंगे और योगाभ्यास करेंगे। हम सब बलवान बनेंगे, हम सब विद्वान बनेंगे। हम सब बलवान बनेंगे, हम सब विद्वान बनेंगे। दुर्बल का शरीर, दुर्बल का शरीर हमसे हटा दो। दुर्बल का शरीर हमसे हटा दो। हम सारी दुनिया को योग सिखा देंगे। हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। योग के बल पर हम शोक मिटा देंगे। कोई शत्रु या मित्र नहीं है, बस एक सर्वस्व वही है। कोई शत्रु या मित्र नहीं है, बस एक सर्वस्व वही है। प्रभु भी अन्यत्र नहीं है, कहीं यंत्र या शस्त्र नहीं है। प्रभु भी अन्यत्र नहीं है, शस्त्र या शस्त्र नहीं है। हम समाधिस्थ होकर, हम समाधिस्थ होकर इंद्रियों से पाए तो समाधिस्थ होकर इंद्रियों से पाए। हम सारी दुनिया को योग सिखा देंगे। हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। हम सारी दुनिया को यह योग सिखा देंगे। इस योग के बल पर हम, इस योग के बल पर हम शोक मिटा देंगे। हर रोज सवेरे को चिड़िया उड़ जाती है, हर रोज सवेरे को चिड़िया उड़ जाती है, फिर मधुर मधुर धुन में वो गाना गाती है, फिर मधुर मधुर धुन में वो गाना गाती है। भेद भाव के से हर दिन को आती है, मानव का मानव से हम मेल कराएंगे, मानव का मानव से हम मेल कराएंगे, इस योग के बल पर हम दुख शोक मिटाएंगे, हम सारी दुनिया को देंगे, हम सारी दुनिया को योग सिखाएंगे, इस योग के बल पर हम दुख शोक मिटाएंगे, दिल में सिखाएंगे, हम मेल कराएंगे, योग सिखाएंगे, योग सिखाएंगे। So I am telling the meaning of this song. We are going to teach yoga to all world, all universe, and performing this yoga, everybody will get rid of diseases. We will practice yamas and niyamas, ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parikram, shaucha, santosh, tapa, swadhyaya, Ishwar pranidham. We will perform 5 yamas, 5 niyamas, and by performing these yamas and niyamas, we will be able to control our senses by focusing and defocusing. We will practice dhyan, meditation, and we will teach yoga to the universe. We will get up early in the morning and perform the yoga asanas. We will all become a strong and vidwan, scholars, jnani, and all the weakness we will remove from our body, from mind, and from every part of us. To be weak is a great sin. कमजोर होना सबसे बड़ा पाप है. So we will be strong and we will make the universe disease free. When we realize God everywhere, so there is no enemy and no friend in this whole universe. We have friendship with everybody, not only human being, but everything will be with us. We watch that every morning birds get up and they sing sweet and melodious songs. There is no discrimination. So we will ensure human beings mingle together. Everybody will meet and will be happy because harmony and peace in the world is necessary. And this is the way of life. Now I am performing some rare advanced asanas. Thank you. I am doing Sirsasana. Sirsha means the head of yoga. Exactly this asana, you will be free from all of the diseases for sure. But this is very advanced asana. You must be careful and you have to learn the proper technique to perform this asana. I will tell you, this part of our body is very strong. So we have to do this asana using this part. And hands, you see properly, the proper technique to perform Sirsasana. Very nice asana. I will perform first of all Sirsasana, then I will do Sirsasana and Padmasana together. Then I will perform three asanas together. Sirsasana, Padmasana and Sankochasana. You will see. Thank you. Sirsasana. I perform Sirsasana, Padmasana and Sankochasana. Yoga is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Yoga is Anushasan. Anushasan means discipline. Discipline between each part of our body. Harmony is necessary for yoga. So let us do other asana. If you are not able to perform this asana, I heard from somebody that once the people were traveling in a flight and one incident occurred in England that one person was sick. Suddenly, what happened? Nobody knew, but he was senseless. And he, for a few minutes, everybody was thinking what he can do. People informed the captain. One lady came and asked if doctor is anybody in this flight. Please treat the person. But unfortunately, there was no doctor. Suddenly, one person said, "If you permit me, I can cure him." How? Only one yogasana. But how he will perform the yogasana?
He said, don't
He
worry.
said, "Don't worry." But you understand, you know that I am not a doctor. You give me permission. But I am sure within few minutes, only 2 or 3 minutes, if I will cure him. What he did Sirsasana for him. Means suddenly he took the feet of the person and everything was opposite. So you think when blood is, everybody will ask the person, how you did so? He said, heart is not getting blood. So when we did this Sirsasana, then blood was in lower part of our body and the patient was cured because of from the lower part blood went to the heart and all system was cured. So this is a real incident. To believe today everybody, not only ordinary person but doctors say that yoga is must for everybody. But you have to learn properly. That's why Dr. H.R. Nagendra is giving knowledge scientifically. Each asana, each technique, you have to learn from proper guru. Any guru, famous guru came in Canada and he treated us for only 5 days or 6 days. We have no certificate, but we are teaching yoga. That is not good. Maybe you will be sick and the practitioners will be sick. So be careful. Take proper education. So I am doing Sarvangasana. Same asana, same benefits you can get with Sarvangasana. Sarva means all. Ang means part. All parts will be fit. This asana will fix all of the parts of your body. That's why this is Sarvangasana. India's first Prime Minister learned only one asana. He asked his Guru, Guruji, I cannot perform so many asanas, but only one asana I can do. Can you teach me one asana? He said, okay, I will teach you. Only one asana. And that is Sarvangasana. But be careful. What to eat, what not to eat. Dr. Arun always says 5K. He will tell himself. This is not my subject. How to eat, कैसे खाना, क्या खाना, कब खाना, क्यों खाना. क्योंकि पहले ये सब देखकर सोच कर हम लोगों को योगाभ्यास करना चाहिए। युक्त आहार विहारस्य युक्त चेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः। You can remove all of the problems, all of the sorrows from the body, from the mind, from every part, from your soul, because sometimes we don't have any confidence, self-confidence. That's why we are sick. Priti always, Dr. Priti ji always teach us means Adi and Vyadi. Adi means diseases are in your mind. First diseases come in your mind, then diseases come in body. So be careful. I am performing Sarvangasana with Padmasana and Sankochasana. See. In this Sarvangasana, you can do Halasana, you can do Dhanurasana, so many asanas. Now, I am telling you, Padmasana, you know, lotus posture, very easy. Lotus posture. You know, lotus always comes from water. But if you will see, there is no single drop of water can stay. So, yoga teaches us that you live in the world. That is good. But when world lives within you, that is difficulty. Boat will be in water, in river, that is good. But when water will come into boat, that is not good. So lotus teaches us, संसार से निकला हूँ, खरीदार नहीं हूँ. I am living in this world, but world is not living in my mind, within me. That's why I am healthy. I can eat food properly. I can sleep properly. I can talk properly. I can sing properly. Everything. You know, Anju Bedi knows. She is learning music from me. Maybe from how many years? 7, 8. About 8 years. We are doing music. And there are so many notes, so many ragas, so many talas. Lot of harmony. What is that? Harmony. So you have to learn music. Music is very related to yoga. Padmasana, Padmasana. You can do gym, weightlifting in your home. Because in COVID-19, recreation centers are closed. You cannot go. How we can be able to do exercise? Don't worry. I teach you. James, look, you can lift your complete body on 5 fingers. Look, balance.
And you can do practice like
you must be flexible. If your body is flexible, you will be away from diseases. Anima, garima, lagima, mahima, prapti, prakamya, ishatva, vasitva. When you will be 70 years old, if you will perform these yogasanas, so you will be healthy. Not only 70 years, when you will be 100 years old, you will perform. Yeah. See.
yeah.
Another asana. We can do Padmasana, but very most important asana we do with Padmasana. That is Baddha Padmasana. Very good to remove so many problems, and it makes more flexible our body. Look.
I'm touching left feet from left hand, right feet from right hand, but hand is going from the back.
One another advanced asana, Garbhasana. Garbhasana. We lived for 9 months in the womb of my mother. So we all lived for 9 months in the womb of mother. So what is the position? You know. Very important kriya. Mudra. Mud means happiness. Modam. Ra means gives. Mudra is which gives you happiness. That is mudra. So many mudras I know. Kaki mudra, Shambhavi mudra, Khechari mudra. But Khechari mudra is the top most mudra. All Kriya Yoga, Kriya Yogis, Kriya Yoga practitioners always do this Khechari mudra. Very beneficial, removes all of diseases from our body, not from body, from mind, and it can give you highest cost of life. Highest K means space. Chara means walk. You can walk in space with this mudra. But I say there is nothing. If you are walking in space, you can you can give little bit money and you can go with flight, with helicopter. Nothing. But means highest you can achieve highest goal of life. You can think your thinking must be highest. Your thoughts must be highest. So this is the real benefit of this Kechari Mudra. And by subtle body, you can go anywhere doing this Kechari Mudra. But you have to do practice. You see, Kechari Mudra, we perform, our tongue goes into the cavity of our mouth. There is cavity, and we touch the third eye from inside with tongue, and we close the nostrils, and then we can live without breathing, without eating, without water, and you can stop the mind. You can stop each action of your mind, intellect, body, and you can realize yourself, who are you, and you can connect very easily your individual consciousness with that supreme cosmic universal consciousness. This is the most important kriya, Kechari Mudra. Look, you have to do practice for Kechari Mudra. Talan, Dohan, Talan, Talavjit kriya. Then if the length of your tongue is like this, that you can touch the upper part of your nose with the tongue, like that means now you are ready to perform this mudra. So your tongue will go inside the cavity, and from inside it will touch third eye. It's a Kechari Mudra. And Kechari Mudra, you have to do Ujjayi Pranayam. Ujjayi. First you will keep your tongue in cavity. Then you will inhale. And according to your capacity, you hold. Then you will release. And ratio must be 1/4 and 2. You will count in your mind Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya once, and you will hold and you will inhale. Then you will count, you will chant this mantra 4 times, then you will hold. When you will exhale, you will count 2 times this mantra. You will count Om 5 times, inhaling and holding 20 times, and exhaling 10 times. This is a ratio. When you will inhale, you think that I am inhaling my bright future. I am inhaling When I will exhale, I have to think I am exhaling my past without regretting, no regression. So many kriyas I know, I learned from my gurus and I did practice. Still I am ready. If anybody knows any kriya, advanced kriya, I am ready to be your student. Always. One very rare yogasan I am trying to perform. Last year I did this asana, but this year I did not do any practice, but I tried. That is Supta Garbhasan. Very difficult, but maybe if you will give your blessing, so I can. So put your hand like this and give me blessing. Thank you. I tried.
Going to, right now to welcoming our counselor from City of Surrey. So, yes, Swamiji, go ahead. That was amazing, Swamiji.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We are really lucky as Swamiji almost completed his talk on yoga. He is our expert. Yes. So let us all welcome our counselor from City of Surrey, Alison Patton. She is representing our mayor, and she is herself into yoga. She will talk. Swamiji, give the mic. So she'll herself give the great news for City of Surrey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. And as I mentioned, I read the proclamation at our council meeting, so I'll read it out in a minute. And I've been practicing yoga nearly 20 years. And my sister is a yoga teacher as well. Is a Kundalini yoga. So, yes, so I love yoga. It's a beautiful way of life.
Yes, it is.
But I just wanted to mention that I think it's very important to celebrate something like the International Day of Yoga, because I'm also a naturopathic doctor, and my whole life goes to help people through holistic health. So yoga is one large part of that, how we can get well, how we can live better, and live in peace and harmony. So I think that I commend you all for your practice, because it's a day with I think it's very beneficial yoga for all ages, and it can improve our mental health, especially as well as our physical health. So I used to be a Highland dancer, then a runner, and then I thought, I'm moving on to yoga, and I've been stuck ever since. So very happy. And I think that the city of Surrey recognizes the significance of International Day of Yoga, and the city feels that it does help to spread peace, health, and harmony. And I would like to read the proclamation that we read at the council. Whereas the city of Surrey is home to a multitude of cultures and communities from around the world. And whereas the city of Surrey, whereas the 21st of June was declared as the International Day of Yoga by the United Nations General Assembly in December of 2014 on a proposal made by India. And whereas yoga, an ancient Indian tradition, now what's interesting is I said to Mayor Doug McCallum, did you know yoga came from India? He goes, what? So he's not particularly practicing yoga yet, but we can encourage him. Anyhow, he knows it now. So yoga, an ancient Indian tradition, is a way of life for many practitioners toward attaining health and well-being, and he's a prime example of that. And whereas the city of Surrey recognizes the significance of the International Day of Yoga in spreading health and harmony among all of resolved that I, Alison Patton, on behalf of Mayor Douglas Helm and the rest of the council, do hereby declare June 21st as International Day of Yoga in the city of Surrey. And I just wanted to commend each of you participating today because you're further spreading positive energy, contributing to a healthy community, which is one of my mantras. I think it's very important, and I personally thank you for this. And also to thank, now I hope I say this right, VISHWA
Yes.
and VYASA Canada for making this evening possible and for inviting me, so I thank you, and for creating this inclusive yoga community within our beautiful city. Namaste.
Body is telling that people that you are yogi.
Really? I wore my clothing, but I thought it was probably the wrong outfit, but I tried.
No.
Thank you, though. It is beautiful. You look like a yogi. Your beautiful smile, your positivity, and definitely a great gift to
The
City
way
of
of
Surrey.
talking and
Yes.
structure and
Yes.
everything is telling that lovely.
So you get more and more blessings, and we want you to participate more, and we want to be. We'll be coming up with more events and more teachings of yoga, and in a very systematic way, we'll keep sharing. So please be connected.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Okay, I'll participate over there now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to Alison Patton, City Councillor from the City of Surrey, for this beautiful proclamation for International Day of Yoga. We will be in touch with, we are not letting her go. And I am also honored that we are also joined by Dr. Manjunath ji. We are also joined very soon by Dr. Charnagin, Dr. Arun Garg is here. So I would like to share the message from the High Commissioner of India that he truly acknowledges the contribution of Dr. H.R. Nagendra, VYASA University, and now running this huge VYASA movement for yoga in the education and health. And he, on behalf of the basically he himself has sent this greetings from Ottawa, on behalf of the entire, I guess, the Indian government, and he represents us here, the Indians in Canada. So I will be sharing his message in just a minute.
Namaskar. Felicitations for the International Day of Yoga to members of the VYASA Yoga community. Thank you for holding a special celebration for Canada. I wanted to especially thank Dr. Nagendra for all his encouragement and all his activism. In these pandemic times, the community boosting quality of yoga has been in special focus. In these lockdown times, when we have external restrictions, the inner journey of yoga becomes even more meaningful. And that is why the theme this year has been Yoga from Home, or Ghar Se Yoga. We have seen the success of this online version of yoga this year. Yoga has truly gone viral. We are delighted that Canada has embraced yoga. 21% of Canadians today, 1 in every 5, practice yoga. And every third young Canadian has tried yoga in some way or the other. We have 3,000 yoga schools today, 15,000 yoga instructors, and a galaxy of yoga experts and gurus and institutions like the VYASA Center. I'm sure the interest will only grow through all your wonderful efforts. On this 6th International Day of Yoga, let us once again join our thoughts, our breaths, and our strength to work for a safer, happier, and healthier world. Namaskar.
Thank you, Ajay Visaria ji, from our Indian High Commissioner from Ottawa, for his beautiful message on this International Day of Yoga. We do have Dr. Manjunath ji, our research head, our head he is also leading the VYASA movement research team all across the globe. and heads the magnificent Yoga Research Center in India. He is joined right now, and I'm really glad you can see him on screen now. Namaste, Dr. Manjunath ji. You can, yes, you're already unmuted. So Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, Guruji will be joining soon as well. Manjunath ji? Very good, thank you. So again, and I'm also joined by Dr. Arun Garg. So Manjunath ji, would you like to give your greetings? You are live. Please.
Namaste. I bring greetings to all the people in Canada of our great celebration of International Day of Yoga. There cannot be any better way to celebrate this than what Swamiji has started today. So it's so wonderful, fascinating to see the way Swamiji has led today's whole activity. And particularly, Guruji, Nagendraji always calls Swamiji as a Sampurna Yogi because he is on one side, as you saw his practices, he is a Hatha Yogi. On the other side, he is a Bhakti Yogi. There cannot be a better devotional teacher and than Swamiji. So, a great Jnana Yogi. If you continue listening to him, and he's an amazing karma yogi. So because that's what we have been looking at, what exactly we want to really take this movement of what has been created at VYASA and VYASA across the world forward. So our whole purpose of this International Day of Yoga is not to do yoga for a day and celebrate it like any other international days. Our Honorable Prime Minister has made it very clear that yoga has to become a part of our life. It is not just to lead a kind of a celebration on one day called International Day of Yoga, but probably this can be a beginning for many people, those who have never done yoga. And there should be the first day for many things. So like that, IDY should become the first day for us to start doing yoga. And this year we have a wonderful challenge. I call it wonderful challenge because of Corona, COVID-19. Because there were lots of questions raised on the whole process, how our life has gone through in the last couple of months. Because we started calling something called social distancing, social isolation, lockdown, many things which are not known to us, never experienced in our generations. But if you really understand yoga, this has given us a great opportunity. Those who, when there was no opportunity to go outward, there was always opportunity to go inward. So that's what Swamiji was talking the other day, that yoga is the process of going inward, understanding ourselves, and really moving in the direction of understanding ourselves to really achieve those goals which we are looking for. And the science behind yoga is what fascinates the world today. It is not just the 5,000-year-old tradition, but it's an amazing science. What we are looking at, making the best use of it is not just the health benefits of yoga, but also in disease management, but also in to give a check for ourselves. Where do I stand with respect to my health? And things like COVID-19 are going to come and go. So don't be surprised that there can be many more to come in the near future. But what we need to do is prepare our defense inside stronger, and then we can face any such challenges much easily and comfortably. stronger immune mind, and of course connect with our adhyatma divine, can definitely give us that kind of an edge which will make us a complete human beings. And I'm so glad to see Dr. Arun Garg, who is instrumental in taking the science of yoga in a much bigger way. He always says that the future is in integrative medicine. I totally agree with him, because the science behind yoga can be very well incorporated with disease management when we make it as an adjuvant therapy along with various other interventions what we are following. So we are really grateful to our Indian High Commissioner, uh, who has been giving wonderful support for the activities of taking this mission of yoga forward. Really thankful to our consulates in Vancouver and other places. They have been, Consul General has been really supporting the whole process, and the city of Surrey. So I was so delighted to listen to the talk given just few minutes back by the head of the city of Surrey there. And uh, people say that they don't know yoga and they have never done yoga like all other people. But that shows that they are great yogis, because the first feature what we develop through yoga is being humble and being very simple. And that's what I could see in madam who gave the presentation just now, who spoke about all the messages to be given. And also the whole team of VYASA Canada. We couldn't have asked a better leader to lead this than Swamiji in the beginning. And Dr. Preeti, her name is, name suggests what she is. Preeti stands for the love. Okay, and she knows only one thing: giving love to everybody. Whatever Swamiji says, and she gives. And now Guruji is there on top, Nagendraji. So she always say, no, whatever Guruji says, I am going to follow it. So that is the true nature of a student. Okay, tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So this is what has been given as one of the eligibility for all the students. So everyone, enjoy your day. Have a great International Day of Yoga. Celebrate it. And we always say that bring it to your life. Swamiji, last time when we were in Vancouver, Swamiji was mentioning it very clearly that the four yogas, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, are the ways of which we can use it in our life. Otherwise, we make it like either once a year or once a week or 1 hour a day becomes yoga. But Guruji always says very nicely that every action in our life should become yoga. Okay, that's what Bhagavad Gita says. So it's my great pleasure to be with all of you. And our mission has been bring the science of yoga forward and talk about how yoga can really benefit us to maintain health, to prevent diseases and manage diseases. So it's great honor to be with all of you, and particularly bringing greetings from India, where this whole journey of yoga has started. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for your blessings. And I thank all the members of VYASA Canada and the city of Surrey representatives and our Indian missionaries in Canada for organizing this event. I wish everyone a healthy and happy 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Manjunath ji. What a blessing. You are our great guide. You are leading us to your research and, of course, the vision of the VYASA movement. And we are glad we are part of your team, and we are ready to take on yoga to the next level as you have done so much of good research and you brought it out worldwide, through your research. And of course, I want to congratulate you and our Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who has brought forward the first yoga university outside of India in California, USA. Just inaugurated it at the time of this International Yoga 2020, Yoga Day the Space. So we are really glad he will be joining us. I would like to invite Dr. Gar. He is our, yes, Dr. Garg will be addressing, he is part of our VYASA Canada health expertise team or faculty, and he is guiding us. So I invite Dr. Garg to please address us. In the meantime, I will try to also fix the volume, but please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti ji, Manjunath ji, Guruji, Swamiji, all the students of VYASA Canada Council, honored guests. It's really immense pleasure and privilege for me to be part of the evening. As Manjunath ji says that I'm a medical practitioner and I've been in practice for some 40 years. And there is this fire, there is this burning desire of integrative medicine, taking the best of East and best of West, and then building a healthy civil society. So I am really grateful to Guruji for his initiative of last 40 years, who has single-handedly built science in integrative medicine. What I would be sharing with you is some of my thoughts of the opportunity which COVID has now provided, the role of yoga for our health. So warm welcome from the beautiful city of Vancouver, located on the west coast of Canada. I know this is being streamed all globally, so West Coast is the center of yoga, and we are very privileged to be hosting this. I want to acknowledge the session is being broadcast from the traditional, unceded, and familial territories of Coast Salish First Nations of Canada. In acknowledging this, we recognize history and contribution made by First Nation people to this beautiful country of ours we call Canada. It is my Karm Bhumi for last 55 years. I also acknowledge this conversation is made possible because of over 5,000 years of wisdom of rishis of Indus, Vedic, Sanatan Dharma in developing yoga philosophy and its practice. That is India, which is my Janmabhoomi. My sincere thanks to VYASA Canada, Swamiji and Preeti ji in supporting Canada-India Network Society as a partner to build health capacity through yoga practice. I also acknowledge Rishi Patanjali and Yoga Sutras, and Asanta Yoga are the foundation of all this conversation. His codification of book Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, one of the wonders of the wisdom. I would recommend each and every one of you get a copy. It's pure science, as Manjunath ji said. Yoga is science. Science is organized knowledge. So this is the pure science of yoga philosophy. And all modern yoga practices are based on this little wonder. By the way, it only has 4 chapters, 196 sutras. And guess what? Only 7 are devoted to asanas called postures and pranayam. 4 for asanas and 3 for pranayams. Remainder are devoted to the other 6 limbs and call for action. Yoga is all about action, and it is a wonderful read. Integrative medicine and impact of yoga science is not possible unless we follow all 8 limbs and incorporate them in our life. Only 7 are devoted to asanas called postures and pranayam. 4 for asanas and 3 for pranayam. Sorry? Neither are devoted to. Sorry, can I continue?
Yes.
Yeah, there's some noise, background noise. Anyway, so integrative medicine and impact fact, science is not possible unless we follow all 8 and incorporate in our daily life. And that's what yoga is. Yoga is not just a practice on once a week or once a day even, but it's really living it every minute. Please, on this day of yoga celebration, if you really want to benefit from yoga, incorporate all 8 limbs in your life to get full health. It's up to you. I would like to also say that my recommendations are not medical advice and is presented as for information and is my interpretation. Over the next few minutes, I will share with you yoga and post-COVID healthy living. Practice of comprehensive yoga incorporating yam, niyam, asanas, pranayam, pratyahar, dharan, dhyan, and samadhi are integral part of health and healthy living. Please remember, these 8 limbs are to be practiced and lived in total for positive outcome. I don't have time to explain the scientific basis for these 8 domains in health. These all enhance what we call smart immunity. Right Honorable Prime Minister Modi, in his message for Yoga Day 2020, made this point very loud and clear and talked about role of yoga in immunity and the shield which yoga provides for the immunity, the enhancement of body immunity through scientific practice of yoga. But it's only possible, my friends, if you follow all 8 limbs of yogic philosophy. COVID-2019 or specific virus SARS-CoV-2 is an infectious agent which affects humans and affect all body systems. This is no different than any other infectious agent, except it is a new virus. It's unknown to humankind until now. Not only is new virus, it's a very smart virus. It mutates and it's very dangerous for all our health, and it has threatened all aspects of life. There is no known cure or proven drugs or even vaccine. Our treatment is relief of symptoms and depending on the time, symptomatic treatment. That's why prevention is the only option. Prevention through physical distancing. There is no known cure for personal hand washing and reading from distance, wearing a mask. So first contribution of yoga, the first contribution fighting COVID is one of its highest mudra of namaskar, a beautiful welcome gesture from the heart. It connects. My first suggestion is please incorporate your daily life. You will feel the emotional bond and peaceful friendship this greeting brings, and you will be safe. You will be safe. The real contribution of yoga practice is in enhancing immune capacity and immune modulation in response to attack from external agents, a smart immunity response. This smart immunity response not only affects external infectious agents, but also most chronic inflammatory and degenerative diseases like chronic inflammatory response to diabetes. Yoga's biggest contribution is in lowering the burden of chronic diseases. We're all concerned about COVID, but diabetes is 100 times more prevalent. It's going to have a major influence, and practice of yoga allows that immunity. The holistic practice of yoga enhances immune capacity food and sattvic food, which is really the food guide, the modern food guide in Canada. And I think this is going to make a huge difference. Emotional bonds you have, quality of sleep you enjoy, obviously physical flexibility, and it's a joy to watch Swamiji perform those asanas. so comprehensive and so beautiful. With physical flexibility and breath control, the pranayam, through asanas and pranayam. The ace is pratyahara, dharan, and dhyan. And finally, gaining insightful living, thinking, and harmonious, healthy prescription to increase your immune capacity and lower the immunological age. There is an emerging knowledge that just like biological age, just like chronological age, there is immunological age. And practice of yoga lowers your immunological age and thus increasing the immune capacity to fight. There are many studies in the medical literature to support some of this evidence. First and foremost, I will say again, let's follow safe practices because COVID is unknown. Make sure you follow all the guidelines of Medical Health Office around prevention and supplement, and with the practice of holistic, comprehensive yoga practice, we can lower the burden of chronic diseases. And COVID has given us this opportunity to incorporate, COVID has given us this opportunity to incorporate these practices for healthy living. I would like to end by quoting a very famous gentleman who built Apple Globe, Apple USA, Apple Canada, the Apple company, none other than Steve Jobs. He was the founder of Apple Corporation, and unfortunately, he died recently because of pancreatic cancer. And as he was living his last lives, he reflected, and beautiful words he said, and he said, the best six doctors for healthy living are sunlight, rest, exercise, diet, self-confidence, and having friends. My friends, these six doctors are none other than practice of yoga. The scientific basis of 8 limbs is yoga practice. And Steve Jobs was talking about, when he was talking about these doctors, he was talking about practice of yoga. So I think on this International Day of Yoga, let's make a incorporating all 8 limbs. One will have a happy, harmonious, and healthy life. Let me wish each and every one of you very healthy life. Be safe, enjoy harmony, happiness, and health from practice of yoga. Namaskar.
Namaste, Ranjay. Thank you.
Hello.
Preeti.
Be safe, enjoy harmony, happiness, and health from practice of yoga. Namaskar.
Thank you, Dr. Garg. Maybe you are listening to our little bit of a gap because your sound is playing on our big screen here, so that everyone can. So that is why you were feeling like there was a, so you're basically sort of hearing your own echo. You are echoing all over the world.
Technical issues.
That's your power of guidance to us. So we really appreciate all your support, Dr. Manjunath ji. Really
we'll have an
happy.
opportunity.
Guruji will be coming in soon. Oh, he's
Yeah,
here.
I'm here.
Opportunity to talk
Namaste.
the vision
Later.
later.
We are really glad. So when Guruji speaks, you can still put it on, then everyone can see. So our warm pranams to our dear Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra. Padma Shri, he is a great guide. He is our source of inspiration for this great yoga movement that we are, we all are a part of. He is himself the pioneer. As you all know, we have had a beautiful interaction with him when he was here. So Guruji, we are really blessed you are here with us, and we would like to hear your vision about, the phase that we are going through, and especially in health and education system. What is our our goal? So just let us know. Give your Please do bless us with your guidance. So, again, on behalf of the entire VYASA Canada, Guruji, as you can see, we all are here in social distancing. And I think I'll try to give you a glimpse of all of us. They are here, Guruji, if you see. I'm putting them on the screen for you. So
Thank you very
everybody
much.
is here as a class and all dressed up in VYASA Canada, red and white dress. And of course, we are all waiting eagerly to hear more from you, Guruji. Please go ahead. I'm putting them on the screen for you.
Okay. Preeti and Swamiji, Gargji, I welcome all of you to this wonderful webinar you are organizing, and I wish you all a very best pleasant evening there. And on this auspicious International Day of Yoga, you must have heard our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji give a great, brilliant talk, and he has conveyed his greetings to all yoga people to see that we spread the practice of yoga to every nook and corner. Every home should practice yoga, and the protocol of IDY also was demonstrated by our dear Basareddy ji and his team, and it's all available on YouTube. So the first thing that you all have to do is that people should continue to do this yoga practice every day, in the morning or in the evening, depending on their convenience, and see that they become healthy. Because, as he rightly mentioned, yoga works on two dimensions. One is to strengthen the immune system, and the other is to strengthen our respiratory system. If the corona enters through the nose into the respiratory system, then your respiratory system should be strong enough to see that we combat that. Yeah, our immune system is strong enough. It has got billions of white blood cells, which are 100 times bigger than the coronavirus, which is only 0.025 microns. Similarly, when by chance the corona enters through the nose, then we have got our body security force, the NK cells that is there. And this is how we have to prevent the corona hitting us. That is the great message. And for that, we have to see that we develop ourselves continuously with the practice of yoga. With the combinational yoga, integrated approach of yoga, for bringing yoga to every home. And Ayush had it in a big way. The whole of yesterday we had number of, and in the University Center for Yoga webinar. Today again at 6 o'clock, we are going to have the second day of the webinar. You are all most welcome to look at and then witness the wonderful talks that will be going on and the practices that we bring about. Well, in the field of education, we have to bring in this total dimension of yoga. So as Swami Vivekananda said, education is the manifestation of perfection already in man, he said. So the goal of education should not only be the bread earning education, but we should have man-making education, he said. So how to bring this total personality development? Physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, with a spiritual basis. So we started working on that way back in 1975 when I was in Kanyakumari, because our head Sri Eknathji Ranade was very keen that we should bring this dimension to the world at large by bringing this dimension first in our country, in India. So we developed the necessary modules. We had a nice research team with child psychiatrists, educationalists, psychologists, yoga experts, and all that, and yoga therapists. We developed these yoga modules. What are the objectives? Class 1, eyesight improvement. Class 2, hearing development, voice culture. Then we have physical stamina development, memory development, IQ development, creativity development, team spirit development, and ego management, emotional management. All that we develop from class 1 to class 10, 10 different modules. And then we also developed the modules for fourfold consciousness. People to stick to the civil laws, that civic sense. Then they must have zeal for the nation, that is national awareness and patriotism. Then people should serve more and more, that is service urge. Finally, they must have the spiritual urge to do that. So fourfold consciousness and fourfold personality development, physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and the civic sense, patriotism, service urge, and spiritual zeal. This is how we developed the 10 modules. And we started doing the research and published the research papers, and we started implementing that in the schools. And gradually we found that the children blossomed like beautiful flowers in the most undeveloped areas in Northeast, in the Arunachal Pradesh. So, similar thing of the schools also came forward, and within about 10 to 15 years, we were able to spread throughout the country. We trained nearly 65,000 yoga teachers to implement this. And now this thing is further getting developed. And after the International Day of Yoga, then this has to be implemented in our education system itself. Therefore, a Prime Minister rightly says it has to go into the education field. The MHRD came forward, and the NCTE, National Council of Teacher Educators, is the first level. And normally, this institution, NCTE, trains 15 lakh yoga teachers every year. And yoga has been made compulsory, to bring it to pre-primary and others. Then we have the NCERT, which deals with the primary, middle school, and high school thing. We implemented and started bringing the yoga syllabus for them. And then came the higher education. UGC started coming and saying that yes, we should have the higher education. So this is how we brought out the complete syllabus for the undergraduates and graduates and higher education fully. And then came up our university in 2002, as you know, as Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthan. So therefore, the need our is to see that this knowledge base should be spread throughout the world, scale it up from India everywhere. That's why we wanted to bring the university, and that got crystallized, and we had the nice launch of VAYU on June 13th, and again we are going to spread it to greater heights. And our centers of the VAYU and the VYASA everywhere started celebrating International Day of Yoga. And in these difficult times of COVID, when people are locked down, we have to see that we bring this to the online mode, and that is the beauty. So there's an advantage now. Earlier, we used to have the programs done in the fields. People used to get up very early in the morning, come there, and 6 o'clock used to be the thing. I remember the first International Day of Yoga when we had that in Delhi, and we were planning to have Guinness World Book of Record for 45,000 people. So our program was to start at 6 o'clock, and all people had to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. And everybody will be arranged in systematic lines and according to rules and regulations to get the Guinness World Book of Records. We had to do that. And I know many of the people who came from surrounding got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and started at 4, reached at 5 o'clock. Such a difficult, very we had yet yoga, it all rained heavily. And we were wondering how we can do these things. But the entire army force and police force, CRPF, everybody came forward and completely dried up the whole place. And we had such a successful thing. And the rain waited for completion of International Day of Yoga celebrations. Our Prime Minister Modi talked, we had a yoga protocol, and when that was completed, the Varna Prasad started. So these are the wonderful things that happened, and now we are rid of all such uncertainties, and we are able to celebrate the International Day of Yoga in the houses itself. Staying in the comfort of the house, everybody should do, and that is the beauty of the COVID lockdown. And this is how we are celebrating the International Day of Yoga throughout the country and all over the world in various countries. And therefore, we have the comfort of the house. Staying here, you must do the practice. And beautifully, the Ministry of Ayush has brought out the entire program so effectively and beautifully. And we have given a call that all people should now on practice this simplest thing. It's only about 40 minutes, which everybody can do. And in the house, they should do that every day in the morning and see that we grow day by day to better and better health status and strengthen our immune system and bring about a global consciousness change to see that we grow in the encounter and bring this dimension slowly into our education system itself. And if we can bring this into our education system in Canada, with the dynamic leadership of our Swamiji and Preetiji and Garg, it will be a wonderful role model for all people in the world, because yoga modules have to be brought forth and the dimensions come to bring the right direction. Yesterday somebody was asking me that if all the defense things, defense expenses are completely stopped or made the minimum, then how wonderful will be the whole world. This can happen only when we have a global family. And therefore, the whole idea of our ancient masters of yoga was to create a global family. Vasudha eva kutumbakam, as it is said. And this can happen when we give and give and give, share and share and share, rather than taking for ourselves everything and guided by our ego and haughtiness and hatred and the power to rule over others. Instead, can we all have a wonderful world, a global thing? This is what Swami Vivekananda gave the decision and also the suggestion to the world in the Parliament of Religions. We have to build that universal love. And that universal love, if we can bring, then it can happen. But it's easily said than done. Bringing peace on earth, we have been talking, and we are talking about this dimension. But how this can be done? Not merely by preaching or having some seminars about different aspects of this love, and we should do love, we should develop peace. We had a number of such conferences all over the world, and people were given some peace awards also. But has it brought any change in our outlook? Therefore, we had it is because we have, that is the wealth and the enjoyment, sense pleasures, and that's the Rajasic dimension. That's what we often call as the Asuri Sampat. So Asuri Sampat is featured by the 6 enemies of man: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. And they're all powered up thoughts, the uncontrolled speed of thoughts. And unless we deal with this basic thing of uncontrollable speed of mind, we will not have the solution. Therefore, yoga and bhakti yoga brings about this dimension, embraced and powered by the Raja Yoga of Patanjali and guided by the Gnana Yoga of the Upanishads and bringing it to practice into day-to-day life by the Karma Yoga. And this is how we'll be able to bring the transformation in the human beings. Therefore, Swamiji gave the dictum that if you want to bring such a global order of peace, harmony, love, wealth, health, then we have to change ourselves. He said, be and make. Every one of us should do this thing. And in a scaled up model in the education system, we have to bring this as a mandate so that every child undergoing this process in education get transformed into the right dimension. So not only we have to develop our sharpness, intellect, brilliance, and speeded up mind one front, we must also develop in our children calming down mind, silencing mind, tranquilizing the mind, and going deeper and deeper. These are like two wings. And unfortunately, in our entire system, we have only one dimension that was developed and not the other. As a result, we have gone into a big imbalance, which is the root cause. When I look at our youngsters and teenagers and children abroad in the United States, Canada, in Australia, and various places, I feel so sad about them. They're such brilliant people, such capable people, such wonderful children we have. We have not guided them the right way. So we have taken them only one front, becoming gigantic in their creativity, innovation, sharpness, brilliance, and faster. As a result, the big imbalances have taken a big toll, and even the multi-ethnic, wonderful society like Australia, the teenagers are in big depression. So there is no solution to that according to the modern medical world or the health scenario. I remember when we were in Melbourne about 15 years back, a big initiative was taken by the Prime Minister of Australia, and he said we had to stop this dimension. 35% teenagers, depression, we have to solve that. So he started a big project, Beyond Blue, and he allotted a huge building in Melbourne and brought the best psychiatrist of Sydney University and made him the director. And he said initially, I'm allotting about 100 million Australian dollars, and if you want more money, don't worry, I'm going to give you any amount of money. But your target in the next 10 years, that thing should come down from 35 down to 2%, if not 0%. That was the target. Everybody was enthused. They were also excited. Yes, we are going to do that. With all the technology growing and others, they were very confident that they will do that. And recently, about 2-3 years back, when I met him, when I went to Melbourne, I asked, how is the situation? No, sir. Or even it has increased. Why? Because we the foundations, that's all due to the imbalance, which is the Adhi dimension. So unless the Adhi is removed, you have no solution. The matter-based paradigm that we have, the reductionist approach that we have in modern science can only deal with the physical world. So for the depression, we can give only antidepressant medical things and so on. But the whole dimension is not governed by the physical world. It is a total dimension. So that has to be brought forth. And that's where yoga comes into picture. And more people have started realizing this dimension of yoga in its holistic vision. And that's what we have to bring forth. Therefore, India has to play a leading role in bringing yoga in the education system. And since we have our Swamiji there and Dynamic Preetiji are there in this thing, we can force this to come into the education system in over and vision of yoga, the practices of yoga, to bring about the transformation in the people, to move from the Asuri Sampat to Daivi Sampat, from moving from the bread earning education as the key to health, wealth, harmony, peace, and growth. And that is the whole dimension that is needed. And I wish you all the best. And thank you very much for asking me to be with you during this period and share with you some of the thoughts about yoga dimension and how the IDY has given us an opportunity to bring about this transformation in the people at large. And the COVID corona virus threat also has given this opportunity to stay home, isolated, meditate, go deeper, and understand yourself and change the values and the goals of life, the goal of life to manifest the divinity within, as Swami Vivekananda said. That is the way of yoga, and with your dedication, I am sure it's going to come up in a big way. And thank you, and Vayu also will be helpful in bringing this time in world over. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
Thank you. To Guruji, and through VYASA and all the education that you have given us, we are the holistic way of living, the way you taught us to be and make. Thank you. Guruji, we really are really happy that you joined us today, and with your blessings, as per your directions, we have our yoga instructor students. You had said this was your vision, that there should be a team of yogis trained with the vision of the education that you have brought forward. And I am really happy today to share with you the insights from these students. Some of them, while you are here, I hope you'll have time, and they want to very quickly share their experience they have had and their learning. So you will be here for some time, Guruji. Do you have to leave anytime soon, or so they can share a few minutes of their thoughts? So Dev Mai is here. So Dev Mai, you can pick up the mic. Yeah, Guruji is here. So Guruji, Dev Mai, you were. She feels very fortunate you were there at her place. So go ahead. Guruji.
Manjunath is there.
It's fine.
My things. Namaste. Nice seeing you. Good.
Pleasure to have you over here.
Yeah.
Namaste everyone. Welcome to the International Day of Yoga.
Address it to Guruji quickly. Quickly, Guruji को quickly बोलो.
गुरुजी, आपको यहाँ पाकर बहुत भाग्यशाली फील कर रही हूँ. So please stay with us. Let us continue with our program here. Hopefully you'll be able to see us and watch us and bless us. So, International Day of Yoga. My name is Dev Mai. I want to take the blessings of my teachers and invoke Om Trayambakam Yajamane Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvalakam Vandhanam Mrityu Mokshu Amam Upa. I'd like to pray to Lord Shiva to restore our health, our vitality, give us strength, determination, and courage to carry on with our daily lives. Just like the pause of the stem, I would like to pray to Shiva to release us from the bondage of death and deliver us to immortality, thus teaching us the art of letting go. This month has a profound effect on me, especially when my mom was passing on. It has given me strength to be strong and carry on with my life. I was very fortunate to host my VYASA family from Bangalore, India, Guruji Janagani and his team. They have taught me the significance of yoga in my life, and I can't thank them enough for this. Then came VYASA Canada, first course of yoga introduction course was I was going to miss this. We have two immense and wonderful teachers that are leading us with their spiritual knowledge and their yogic background and their selfless service to all our students. And I will definitely continue my journey of VYASA. As we move through the crisis of COVID-19, yoga is something that we can reap the benefit of, and that's exactly what my classmate that Shiny did. She took the multiple benefits of yoga to physical, mental, emotional state of her mind. She used the extensive pranayama technique to de-stress herself and carry on with her life where she works, the long-term care facility. She will now share her personal experience with all of us. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Dev Mai, for beautifully addressing us and sharing your wisdom. And of course, Dakshini is here. She is one of our frontline workers dealing with in the. I think you're posted where at the COVID where all the patients are. So let me just allow her to explain how yoga is helping her. Dakshini.
First of all, pranam to all my gurus and welcome everybody. Namaste, Hari Om. Today I got this opportunity to share my experience working in the COVID department, and I'm one of the frontline worker. So as we can see, the COVID has changed everything, the way of living. So does the way of living us. What the sad part that it has become an additional cause of death in the elderly people. And it is really sad that family visitations were restricted. Only essential visits were allowed to the limited numbers of family members, which was kind of hard on everyone's emotions. And I was one of them too. The another challenge for us was not only COVID, but dementia associated with COVID, which can create, like easily spread this virus if not taken care properly. And another challenge, I was working 12-hour shift and whole 12 hours covering from top to bottom with PPE. And it was sometimes hard to breathe. I was feeling suffocated. Very first day of my shift, I am working in the COVID unit. I was really panicked and stressed out and emotionally exhausted. At that time, I contacted my gurus, Swami Prakash and Satyashri, Yogeshri Satyam from VYASA, Canada. And I'm really thankful that they guide me through some yoga tools at that time when I was really needed that. Swamiji mentioned to do pranayam, and I was doing that. I was doing jal neti, drinking warm water, and also chanting mantras and listening mantras also. So these all techniques not only help to boost my immunity, but also give me strength, internal strength, and overcome my emotions and anxiety during that phase. So I would really like to thank my gurus that they gave me that tools, yoga techniques, and I'm still following. And because of those, I'm here with all of you to celebrate this International Yoga Days when many people could not make it. So I'm really grateful to all of them. In this COVID scenario, I would just like to pray for everyone's health and peace around the world with this Shanti mantra. Let's do it together. Om Dyahu Shanti Antariksha Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Om. We are praying, invoking energy from our surroundings, from the nature. May there be peace in all the lokes. May there be peace in sky, peace on the earth, peace in water, peace in plants and trees. May there be peace in each individual. May there be peace in around the world. Let's we all grow from peace within. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Around the world. Let's we all grow from peace within. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dakshani, for sharing this insight into your struggle and fight with COVID. We actually have another successful story where being a student with VYASA Canada, Dev Harsha herself will narrate how her journey was and how she fought COVID and the coronavirus. Here we go, Dev Harsha.
Namaste, everybody. My name is Deborah. Yes, I'm a COVID survivor with the help of Swamiji and practicing yoga for 20 years and teaching for 5 years. So I'm happy to tell you all, with my yogic life and with the help of VYASA Canada, as VYASA, Dr. Nagendra and Dr. Manjunathji and Swamiji Satyapakashi and Dr. Preeti, I give the credit to all of them today. When I found out I was positive with COVID-19, my world turned upside down. I was told that my family was positive too. I really get emotional talking about this. Excuse me. I was anxious, scared, and lost control of emotions, scared, cried in fear of losing my life and my loved ones. In March, we didn't have much cases of COVID-19 in BC. So when my family doctor called me, I was asking him over and over again, is this really true? Am I really gonna die? Or my family is gonna die? By then I was really sick. I was really sick. My body was aching. I was having high fever, and I never felt this pain in my life ever before. My cough was really painful. I couldn't talk. I was having respiratory breathing problem and shortness of breath. I was in isolation for a month with my family. They were all in each room. I couldn't even go see them. That's when I reverted to Swamiji and Dr. Preeti. They guided me with Ayurveda food, pranayama, and Dr. Nagen's protocol of breathing asana. Swamiji told me to do one of the special Omkara ending with Brahmari told me to do Dalmati to keep my nostril clear. And also me and my family listened to Swamiji's devotional bhajan. And that kept us up as busy, diverted our brain away from this deadly virus. My favorite was, and my daughter's favorite was, Nirvan Saktam. Namo Buddhya Ahankara Chittani Namam Chittanam Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. A brief meaning of it, I'm not the mind, intellect, ego, or the memory. I'm a success, I'm Shiva. Yoga is not a workout, it's a working within yourself. Anyone who practices can obtain success in and out of body. Yoga is a journey of self through the self to the self. Thank you all for listening. Namaste.
Thank you, Devasha. You are a fighter. You are our big support. You are our Sarthi. VYASA Canada officially. Dr. Manjunathi knows, Guruji knows, and we are proud of you. We are proud of all the work you're doing for us. And now, Mr. Shiv, he is our great support as well. He was also there when Guruji was there when the team of VYASA and VYASA was visiting, and now, of course, he has great insights into research he wants to share.
Thank you, Devi. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I want to share with you two practices that are incorporated into life, and building on the theme of developing our immune system. These two practices are extremely relevant in today's world. These practices are Janati and Brahma. What the research is showing about Janati, Janati is a nasal irrigation using a saline solution. And what the research is showing about Janati is the saline solution, it stimulates the cells of the nasal cavity, especially of immune cells. So just the presence of this very gentle salt water in our nose helps to increase the immune activity within the nose and specifically against viruses. So I use this practice pretty much every day, and at the end of the practice, it almost feels like my nose has it's gotten a tune-up. The ability to breathe becomes much clearer, and I know it increases my respiratory function. The other practice I like to share about is Brahmi, or what the research is showing is when we do Brahmi, this beautiful vibration goes to the head region, and it vibrates not only the brain but also the nasal cavity. And when the nasal cavity is vibrated, the cells of the cavity produces a molecule called nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is a very powerful antiviral agent. So we have these two very simple practices that comes from them. And my message to you is learn how to incorporate these two practices into your life to develop your immune system so we could live happier, healthier lives in these times of COVID. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Mukeshir, for obviously being with us and as a part of VYASA for supporting us, for with Dr. Manjunath and Guruji and Swamiji and all of us, the more scientific benefits. I am now joined by Priya Pranava. She is also our VYASA Canada YAC student who will be graduating, a great source of inspiration for us here for keeping going. Priya Pranava, she'll herself talk about her passion for introducing yoga and continuing with the education system of Canada.
Really blessed and honored to be here. I would like to take this moment to thank my teachers. I also did yoga for many years prior to coming here, and it was just it seems to me a great fortune of my part that I studied Priti and Swamiji and was able to learn from them. And I'm here really because in my life yoga works. I've changed completely from where I was when I started yoga 15 years ago. I've become more grounded, more spiritually oriented. And I am a kinder and gentler being my husband is. In my practice prior to this, I did asana, pranayama, and meditation. I am learning now the vibrational mind-body resonance and Omkar, and that has transformed my consciousness. It's done amazing things that I can't even articulate. The reason I'm here professionally as a teacher and not just a VYASA student is that I've always been interested in how yoga can affect cognition and the influence that yoga has on learning and memory. And I've been wanting to bring it into the classroom, and I am so intimidated right now after hearing Dr. Nikendra speak, because this has been my life goal. And he spoke so eloquently, and I just feel like nothing I have to say in comparison connects to or is going to be as good as what he has said already. And I am just astounded with what he has accomplished. Myself, I've started bringing the little bit of yoga that I know into the classroom, but now that I've been working with Swamiji and Preetiji, I realized that we only have a small bit, and that there's a whole system of yoga that is necessary to be brought in. The mantra, the mind, sound, resonance, all of this is important and I think essential for our youth. So I would like to thank you very much for listening to me, and it is my wish that one day all of our students have access to yoga, a full system. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Priya. We all will do it together. Guruji is with us, Dr. Nagendra. He's source of inspiration for us, Dr. Manjunathji. They have done so much all over the world. Canada cannot be left behind. Guruji, Manjunathji, as we are listening, we want to hear, and we will make sure that we do everything that we need to make sure that this movement can become a huge success in Canada. We have very motivated team. This team of our youths, they are going to be pioneers, and they are all set. They are waiting for you. We are making all arrangements, everything we can do. And now I have VYASA. She is also, her life seems to transform completely from the time she joined, then a great support and a student of VYASA, ready to take on. So let's go hear from you. Your life is ready.
My humble pranams to Guruji and all my colleagues here. I'm so pleased to be a student of VYASA Canada, and I know it is the best thing I have ever done in my life, chosen to be with VYASA Canada. Today, my topic is Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. So all my class will practice the sun salutations together, and everybody watching can join us as well. I would request everybody to stand up in the mats, come up to the front of the mat, and stand in Namaskar Mudra. Take a deep inhale, and I will guide you through the sun salutation. So first of all, we will start off with the prayer. Om Hiranyamayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Paranu Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Meaning, just like a lid to a vessel, dear sun god, the golden orb covers the truth to the end, covers the entrance of the truth. Kindly remove thy lid and lead us to the truth. 1. Inhale, Hastottanasana. 2. Exhale into Padasana. 3. Inhale into Ashwasanchalanasana. 4. Exhale into Dandasana, Chaturdandasana. 5. Inhale, exhale into Shashanasana, and then breathing. 6. Exhale into Ashtanga Namaskar Asana, where the 8 limbs of the body is touching the ground. 7. Inhale into Bhujangasana. 8. Exhale into Parvatasana. 9. Inhale, exhale into Shashanasana again, and then normal breathing. 10. Inhale, Ashwatthachalana. 11. Exhale into Padasana. 12. Inhale into Hastottanasana. Back to Namaskar Mudra. And then you can go and sit in a comfortable position. So my message today for the International Day of Yoga to everyone is, if you can take out 10 to 15 minutes daily in your morning hours when the sun is rising and practice Surya Namaskar, it will give you immense physical and mental benefit. It has proven to me, as I am always in a rush, just taking out 15 minutes of my daily morning praying to Sun God to give me discipline to remove all the layers of darkness and ignorance in me. And practicing Surya Namaskar loosens up my muscles, energizes me. The mantras create such positive vibrations in me that I'm ready to face the day, and I'm always like under so much stress that I used to be before. I do not feel stressed out anymore. And thank you everyone for listening to me. Namaste.
Thank you, Bhagesh. I'm very proud to do this Surya Namaskar practice. Inhalations and counts, as Guruji has taught us from VYASA. Now I have Ninanaji, and he will be sharing his insights to what has changed for him through yoga. Our PCC student.
Namaste. Welcome. Thank you for allowing us into your home. My spiritual name is Takudina Nath. 4 months ago, I started my yoga journey. I had no knowledge of what pranayama was. If you ask me what pranayama is, I had absolutely no answer for you. Today, it's part of my community. Pranayama is a mindfulness of breath with deep inhalation and exhalation. The word prana comes from Sanskrit, meaning life force. So it energizes your entire body, and it prepares you for the fifth limb of yoga, pratyahara, which is withdrawal of the senses. Pranayama is the fourth limb of yoga, as outlined by the great sage Patanjali. Nadi Shuddhi, also known as Lom Lom, is one of several pranayama practices. It clears the nadi, which is the main channel for energy, and it also strengthens your immune system. We have heard how our colleague Dakshayani have used pranayama to strengthen her immune system. She's a frontline worker working with COVID patients, and she have used this to strengthen her immune system, protecting her from acquiring COVID. Our colleague, Maya, who is a COVID survivor, have used pranayama to overcome COVID. It also keeps you calm, and it improves your concentration, reduces strength, it reduces stress and anxiety, and it also helps alleviate cough disorder. To practice pranayama, sit in any meditative posture, spine straight, head aligned with your spine, close your eyes, and as you exhale, focus on your third eye and imagine your breath going all the way down to your Muladhara chakra. And as you exhale, imagine your breath in your chakras on the way out. Pranayama is something that I do every morning, and I encourage you to practice pranayama. You'll feel energized, it calms the mind, and it's free. Thank you. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Sakshi, our spiritual guide here, and working very closely to make Canada a big success. And Arushi is joining us from Montreal. She is our student, so VYASA Canada surely is an institution all across Canada. We have students now. Charushi, who is a student with us, and she will share her knowledge, her experience from Montreal.
Om
Charushri,
one
once
second. I want to just.
I will wait for our technical support, because for your sound to reach this entire congregation here, we need to. So this getting will be sharing with her. Yeah, yeah, come on, and we can save some time while the technical. While we wait, so this is getting will be sharing with her. I think sound is good now. So we'll okay. Charushri, Charushri, go ahead.
I will go then.
Go ahead, Charushri.
ओमकार जप लेना ये जीवन बनाना, ये जीवन ओंकार, ये जीवन ओंकार। ये आकार है शब्द का मूल, उकार मध्य स्थान, मकार अंत है, यह जीवन ओंकार। ओंकार जप लेना ये जीवन बनाना, ये जीवन ओंकार, यह जीवन ओंकार। Om is our life. Namaste. मम नाम चारुश्री। Shubham Antarashtriya Yoga Divas. Happy International Yoga Day. My name is Charushri. My salutations to my gurus, our sweet and respected Swami Satyaprakash Ji, founder of VYASA Canada, Dr. Nagendra, and salutations to and all Pragya for reintroducing me to yoga. On this auspicious day of yoga, a question posed to me: why yoga? I found at the age of 10 and was surprisingly unnatural at it. And at that time too, Vedanti Pragya introduced me to yoga. Regardless, I already was an expert in the art of meditation through Bhakti Yoga. Endless times I fell asleep during jagrans and felt swept away during artis and pujas. Even during leading prayer at school, as soon as I closed my eyes and started singing, I was lost to the world. My mother is the rest. She is the epitome of Gyan Yoga and Karam Yoga, immersed in Bhakti Yoga. My father was also a great Gyan Yogi and Karam Yogi, and he followed my mom for the Bhakti Yoga. With this background, I am a devotee of Ardhanari Shakti and inspired utmost by my mom, and she is my primary role model of female strength, as well as my father. This inspired me to write a few lines in the praise of Ardhanari Shakti, Mother Goddess. Suratiya matwari maiya ji tori, Suratiya matwari maiya ji tori, Suratiya matwari। चरण छुवन ते ये मेहरा करे मैया, चरण छुवन ते ये मेहरा करे मैया, झोलियां भर दे हमारी, झोलियां भर दे हमारी। छोड़ूं भला कैसे माँ का ये आंचल, छोड़ूं भला कैसे माँ का ये आंचल, मीठी हवाएं झुलारी, मीठी हवाएं झुलारी। सूरतिया मतवारी मैया जी तोरी सूरतिया मतवारी मैया जी तोरी सूरतिया मतवारी.
Thank you.
Ma, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
With your blessings we prosper. I want to remain under her wings for protection and nourishment. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Charishri, joining us all the way from Montreal. And now there are no more boundaries, no more uh, differences. We truly are yogis, connected from individual consciousness to the supreme consciousness of all across the globe. And Mahayogini is ready. She came in a little early because of the technical thing. Now she's ready to go ahead and she will share her dedication to yoga and gurus.
Namaste. Thank you all for joining us today on this special day. My name is Takarani Mahayogini Sharma. This beautiful spiritual name was given to me by Swamiji in honor of the great Kriya Yoga masters Mahatma Babaji and Shacharya Charananda. I have been practicing Kriya Yoga for 14 years now, and it has brought all-around development, physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. My life is changed, transformed completely. It brings about a sense of devotion, love, compassion, sense of this in all masters. What is a guru? Guru is one who leads us from darkness to the light, who restores consciousness, the resting place of desire, anger, envy, jealousy, and all these feelings. He is the boat that crosses the ocean of mind-like existence and connects our limited self to the infinite self. In the path of yoga, knowledge is passed over from a guru to the disciple. The goal of self-realization is possible only as a result of the teachings of an enlightened guru. The guru is the Guru's love and blessings constantly showered on the disciples. The guru always protects the disciples by his loving glances. I'd like to share a proverb or a mantra that I follow to and it goes like this. The function of the mind is to think. It cannot remain without thinking for even a minute. If you give it a sense object, it will think about a sense object. If you give it a guru, it will think about a guru. In these times of uncertainty, it is important to find someone who can help you find peace within. My message for you today is to discover that inner guru within you and allow the guru to guide you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Vedangi Pragya is also going to be talking now about her yogic life.
My humble pranam. My humble pranam to Dr. Guru Nagendraji, Dr. Manjuna, and Swami Dr. Satyaprakash, and Satyam Shri Dr. Preeti. My name is Vedangi Pragya, and I have been introduced to yoga about when I was 16 years old. Initially, Canada was on lockdown due to a pandemic, and that really escalated my anxieties and my panic attacks. So next morning, I found myself in Vyasa yoga class, and I learned from Swamiji and Dr. Preeti yama, niyama, asanas, meditation, visualization, and most amazing part was I learned that I got introduced to chakra healing, how to balance the chakras, how to balance the whirling forceful energy of chakras from root to crown. And I fill in the blanks. I rediscovered, researched what the chakras are, where they come from, what are the purpose of them in our body, and also about Sushmana, Ida, and Pingla Nadi's purpose in our life. I also was able to alter my mind to more confidence, more ease, and clarity when I talk to people. And I also broke away my habit of being insecure, fearful, um, and yeah, fearful and insecurity, unworthiness. Um, from chakra, whenever I feel a little bit unbalanced, I always try to reignite my inner spark through my practice. So I find the radiance of power inside me. It deepens my spiritual and physical and my mental and spiritual health. All these, there are 7 chakras, and I won't name them because there's not much time, but they are also associated with sound like lam, vam, ram, yam, om. My legendary parents gave me a gift of yoga, and now it's my responsibility to pass them as a legacy to my children. My message to you all is India's best and biggest contribution to the world is yoga and health in spirituality. Um, and I would like you to urge you all to explore it, experience it, feel it, and experience them as much as in clarity and ease as much as I did within you. And thank you all. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
Loka
Loka
samasta
samasta
sukhino
sukhino
bhavantu.
bhavantu. Loka
Loka
samasta
samasta
sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, shanti.
shanti.
Thank you, Vedangi, for so much of love uh, that you share for all of us. Tarangini is here. She will speak her side into her yogic side.
My humble pranam to my guru, our very own Swamiji, Dr. Swamiji Satya Prakash, in Yogi Shri Satnam, our class teachers. And my humble pranam to our guru who brought yoga to Canada and VYASA Canada, Dr. Narendra. I'm emotional right now, but I'll try and control myself as I say what I have to say about VYASA Canada. My name is Tarangini Yogeshri, which means the one that flows with the water and ever connected to the goddess of Saraswati. For 10 years, I have practiced yoga. I don't know what kind of yoga, but they call it yoga. But when I came to this VYASA Canada program, I understood yoga. I understood that yoga is not asana, it's also the principle. And there was so much taught in our classroom. When VYASA Canada came, yes, I was introduced to yoga. And when I understood what they were trying to do for the world, I joined this class of VYASA Canada. And it is an amazing class. The gurus are amazing. Yogi Sri Satnam, our class teacher, takes so much effort to guide us through, to correct us, to help us, gets us at 5 o'clock in the morning. As suddenly the world shut down, Canada announced down, but our class did not stop. She took us to Zoom and we were doing yoga through Zoom. Doing yoga through Zoom was hard to connect, but she kept us connected. Swamiji taught us Gita, chanting, and Om meditation, everything that the world needed at that time. As we were changing inside, and I experienced as I was changing inside, and the world was changing outside, that change was very strong. But the change in our gurus, the change was difficult, but our gurus made it easy for us. And that's what I experienced in this yoga class, to ground. The book subject was interesting. Param Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, IQ, intelligence were three subjects that really touched me. Param Yoga, everybody was trying to do service to society to keep this world together as it was breaking. Or it was changing is what it was. It was basically changing us. And in this change, Param Yoga meant Param Yoga is doing work with selfless service, just like Hanuman did. No attachment, no rewards. Everybody I experienced, and even I was in a point where was taken away from my house. And Bhakti Yoga, doing devotion with emotion, leads into that also, and IQ. IQ intelligence we learned in school, and emotional intelligence. And I was very, very happy that I was introduced to this yoga class. And I encourage everybody to join VYASA Canada, because you will see what really yoga means, and for everybody that is helping bring VYASA to Canada. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate Rangini Yogvagisha, embodiment of knowledge and a lot of support to us. I will ask Swamiji to take us to the yoga geet and the yoga dance. The class is ready. The class says, reminds me, they want to dance because they have enjoyed it thoroughly. Wherever you are sitting, wherever you are, this is your time to enjoy the music of Swami, which have brought a great source of connection. So let's start. What do you think? This is
भाव को त्याग सभी हम, भाव को त्याग सभी हम, गीत मिलन के गाएं। भाव को त्याग सभी हम, गीत मिलन के गाएं। जीवन चलो
योग मार्ग अपनाए, तन मन में बने चलो सवारे। योग मार्ग अपनाए।
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
अपनाए।
त्याग सभी दीप मिलन के आए तन मन जीवन
चलो संवारे योग मार्ग अपनाए
योग
मार्ग
अपनाए तन मन जीवन चलो सवारे योग
One more, one more.
अपनाए
Last stanza. ऊर्जावान बने सब साधक संशय सभी मिटाए ऊर्जावान बने सब साधक संशय सभी मिटाए विश्व एक परिवार योग का विश्व एक परिवार योग का स्वर्ग धरा पर लाए स्वर्ग धरा पर लाए
मन जीवन चलो सवारे योग मार्ग
योग
चलो सवारे योग मार्ग अपनाए योग मार्ग अपनाए
त्याग सभी गीत मिलन के गाए जीवन चलो सवारे
Thank you. We will end this session. Just sit down, relax, take long, deep breath before we leave, and we say goodbye to this everybody. I want to acknowledge ZTV is covering us, and also the Khanna Banquet Hall, the Dinesh Khannaji, he is here, and thank you for all this technical support. And these are COVID times, but we are having so much insight and unity.
कन्नन जी के लिए ताली एक बार जोर से ताली बजाते हैं.
Everybody clap for all of us. दिनेश भैया come here, give a bow, come here. एक बार आओ, यहाँ पे आइए please.
दिनेश जी से प्रार्थना है कि आपके आशीर्वाद दें हमारे सब योगा ग्रुप को. दिनेश माने सूर्य है.
And Preeti ji, आपको भी आप भी आइए.
आप भी आ जाएं.
Give a bow. Thank you.
ऊपर आ जाइए. आइए.
Thank you all. With social distancing, we want to thank Anju, our dear Anju Bedi, for please come. In social distancing, we will just stand a little bit and thank and acknowledge all the work that has gone behind making this program a great success. Flowers for Swamiji, who is so we.
So much food there.
Okay, so we will be ending this session. We want to just acknowledge, and Nutan Shiv is coming our way, and he will be
Swamiji,
thanking Swamiji.
Our offering from the class to you for your guidance.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your love, for all your support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's oh my God! Thank you all. Thank you so much for all your love. This is all our, we have to make this journey. Thank you, Thakur Dinanath.
On behalf of the class.
Oh. Surprise. Again, Anjuji, please come and give a bow here, from right here. No hiding anymore. She is always there behind all of us, just right here and to the class, so the world can see you. Maybe you should come up. So, Swamiji, we will be ending this session with
Namaskar, Swamiji.
Then we will have and thanks again following all the social distancing norms as we enjoyed. Thank you, Dakshini, Charushri, being frontline workers all the way from Montreal. Everybody, Sanjeev ji, who was with us, Dr. Garg, Guruji, Dr. Manjunath ji, VYASA team. What a great event today. And this is our dear Anju Bedi. Thank you. She comes with her sitar. So thanks a lot. Thank you. So let us end this session with our want to say something? No, that's fine. Swamiji will just sing the Shanti Mantra. So everybody just sit in any meditative posture.
Take a deep breath. Atoma Sadgamaya Oma Jyotirgamaya Om Jyotirgamaya Om Shanti Sarvate Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkha
Bhave. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Energy.
Your eyes and all complete body. Do namaste. जोर से नमस्ते एक बार. we want to spread this happiness all over the universe. The universe we are with our GTV. Always they come and they give our yoga stage for universe for everybody and हमारे देश का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है जिन्होंने हमें बहुत सुविधा दी और हम लोगों ने कल भी एक दिन पहले भी हम लोग आए पूरा उनका सपोर्ट पूरा उनका समर्थन तो we have great gratitude for the Anna ji और अंजू बेटी जी ने बहुत प्यारा बसता बजाया and all of you they might be our guardian Virangi and our Shama ji Devarsha ji उनका क्या नाम है Paul जी ताली वाली विश्वास में करेंगे Paul ji they are very helpful all on attend our events so and our Nudashin and Vinita ji Bhakti Priya ji Pe Pranava ji Tarangini ji and all Dakshayani ji Tarushri ji
स्वामी जी प्रणाम
तो हम सभी के लिए बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं एक बार जोर से ताली बजा दीजिए हमारे टीचर के लिए
प्रणाम
सत्यम के लिए
Thank you, Swami ji.
योगेश जी को एक बार आशीर्वाद देते हैं
I need it.
इनको शक्ति दीजिए ये शक्ति प्राप्त करें और व्यासा कनाडा को आगे बढ़ाएं और कोई सब लाभ देते रहें बहुत धन्यवाद
Thank you. And thanks to Swami ji, our inspiration, our guide. He bears with us every minute, guides us so patiently. We cannot do anything without Swami ji, and he has to guide us. He has to be with us and always support us. And our High Commissioner of India in Ottawa, our Consul General Abhilasha ji, and the entire team of our VYASA, all of you. Thank you. We will meet again. Manjesh Grover ji, making this happen, and Dr. Garg, everybody.
संजीव जी और जो साथ में वो कौन है ग्रोवर के साथ में
निकुंज जी
always बहुत बड़ी टीम है हम लोगों की
all of you have a great night, have an extremely happy International Day of Yoga and yoga in your life, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks.